Good morning, everyone. Today is December 11th, 2025, and we welcome you to our Facilities and Purchasing Committee meeting. First, I want to remind everyone that this meeting will be recorded like all of our other meetings. If you can raise your hand, please. If you have any questions, you don't have to type them into the chat. If you raise your hand, you'll be given an opportunity to ask questions. You can ask questions after each of the items, after the board asks their questions. So feel free to ask questions with that. And also, I would like to welcome our new committee members, Abby Rubin, my co-chair, as well as Jen Rivera, and obviously not forgetting our returning committee member, Shayna Kalish. So welcome, everyone. And with that, if we can start with the list of bills.
Are there any questions on the list of bills?
So are there any questions with the list of bills? Abby?
Not currently, thank you.
Shayna?
I had one quick question. I know that Sam Aidenbaum is our tax collector, and I saw him appear twice on this. Did a little troubleshooting myself, realized that we have a November invoice and a December invoice, but they're for what looks like less than 30 days. And I was curious if there was like a cycle for how often we pay our tax collection services, or if it's dependent on the time of year, or if it's just kind of when we get an invoice, we pay it.
No, the way the terms are, the township and the school district pay for half each of the office expenses. So that's done on a monthly basis. So
Okay.
it's probably they just weren't paid, probably didn't make the November meeting. So it's probably just two payments showing up this month.
Yeah, it's line 61 was invoiced on the 11th and paid on the 17th of November, and line 461 was paid out on December 1st. And so the only reason that flagged, I mean, it flagged for me at first because there were two of them, and then I looked and saw that obviously it had different month dates. I was just curious because I would think something like that I know is a recurring expense for us to be occurring either on the same number day of the month, so the first every month, or every 30 days. And it was a little less than that. And I was just curious, like, what the cycle was for it.
Yeah, it's monthly. It's just probably just the timing of it. It just didn't make the November board by the time we got the documentation for the month. So that's why it occurs like that.
Thank you.
I had one question. Line on item number 663.
Yes,
So it says it's for Clifton Larson Allen.
correct. Yeah, that's our independent CPA firm. So this is progress billing for the 24-25 audit.
Got it. Okay, perfect. I have no
And
other
it's,
questions. Sorry, go
sorry,
ahead.
it was listed as school board services because the school board approved that expenditure of the audit.
Well, they work for the school district. So the
Okay.
audit for the school board, not for the business office. So under the school accounting manual, it gets charged under school board services.
Okay, thank you.
They work for the board.
Are there any questions from the community?
I do not have any raised hands.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, Adrian, do you have a question?
Yeah, on the first of all, I want to thank Patricia DuPont for meeting with me, um, and letting me know that the Amazon bill that I thought was a credit card is actually a vendor. That would have been nice to know when I was asking about that. And she said she would take a peek at some of the larger expenses for the month that is on the card bill. On item 19, I'm sorry, I was here a couple minutes late, so I didn't hear. The first
Sorry,
five,
Adrian, you cut out. Can you say the line item you're talking about again?
line 19.
19, thank you.
Okay, and the ones underneath it make it look like it's from one vendor. So it looks like it's a large amount. So I was wondering what that was for.
Mr. Orlando, I know we've talked about this before, but do you mind just giving a brief overview
Yeah,
as to?
Yeah, I guess, Adrian, are you talking about the inter-fund receivables that there's
Yeah.
no blank? Yeah, so they were paid by the student activities. So there's different student activity vendors that they use that they have to pay with a credit card. So the
Right.
district pays the credit card and they're just reimbursing the general fund out of their fund. That's all that is.
Okay, so that's the payment for the student activities, and somewhere else we see where it's being reimbursed?
Well, on the student activity report, which is done on a quarterly basis, that's part of their expenditure. And then the general fund had to pay it with a credit card. The student activities don't have their own credit cards. There's a district credit card, which is tied into the general fund. We pay the expense, and then those funds reimburse the general fund back. That's why it's called an inter-fund receivable. And then on the quarterly report for the student activities, it has their revenues and expenses per each different club. And there could be several clubs, and I'm not sure without pulling it what clubs are actually utilizing the credit card.
Okay, so, but it's still a district, I mean, the student activities,
It's funds that the students raise themselves. So it's not any type of taxpayer
oh,
dollars.
okay.
It's their
Oh, that's
funds.
interesting.
Yeah, it's their funds. It's not the taxpayer funds.
All right, well, thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you,
Adrian,
Mr.
any other?
Orlando. I know we've
Yes.
discussed this a lot ongoing, and that was very, very clarifying for me. So I appreciate the insight.
Cool.
Are there any other questions from the community?
I do not have any other hands raised.
Great. Are we okay moving these items, this list of bills forward?
Yes.
Abby? You have to say yes, sorry.
Sorry, yes,
Yeah.
sorry, yes.
All right, perfect. Moving on to our next agenda item, is the purchasing.
I'm sorry,
report.
Jason, 1 second, please. I hate to interrupt, but Jennifer is on the Zoom now as well, so I don't know if she was able to say yes or not.
Oh,
Yes, no,
I
I didn't.
apologize.
Thank you, Denise.
That's okay, no problem.
good morning, Jen. I did a whole introduction this morning. Well, there wasn't a whole
So
introduction,
sorry. I thought
but
it started at
you're totally fine.
9:30. My fault.
I introduced myself and Abby as the co-chairs and as our new committee person, yourself, as well as Shana as our returning. We were just talking about the list of bills. I didn't know if you had any questions with regards to the list of bills. Otherwise, we can move on to the purchasing report.
We can move on. I had no questions. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you. All right, so moving on to the purchasing report, please.
Okay, the first item is the pole vault and high jump pads platform for Harrington High School. This is to replace that apparatus, which needs to be done for the upcoming spring track and field season. The pads and the equipment have beyond their useful life. They're beyond repair. We need to buy new ones. They're been in place since 2006. And there's certain guidelines with padding and collars and covers and so forth that are required under the PIA standards. And as of right now, we don't comply with those. So right now we have a safety issue, and we need to replace these items in order to have these events or activities in the spring track and field season. It is through Aluminum Athletic Company. It's a CoStarz contract, and it's $44,636. 36. 44,636. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. 36. And we're requesting you to approve this at this time, so it'll take a couple months before we can get them in, receive them and get them installed, so in time for the spring track and field season.
Great. Why don't we do the whole purchasing report and then we can ask questions afterwards, if
Sure.
that's okay?
Jim, I'll move on to you for the next.
Great. Yes. Mr. Herman, good morning. And if I can, I'd like to go a little bit off script. After 10 years of service to the Lower Merion School District, many years of service to Exeter School District, his years of service in the military, and his graduation from West Point, Ken Pitts, Assistant Director of Operations, will be retiring in January of 2026. And I just wanted to acknowledge that and also thank him and express my own personal appreciation for everything he's done for the district during his time here. And of course, wish him and his family nothing but the best in their future endeavors. And with that introduction, I'm going to allow Mr. Pitts to take his last purchasing report item. So no pressure on you, Ken, but the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. This is a building automation system upgrade to 3 existing air handlers. About a year and a half ago, we replaced 3 air handlers at Welsh Valley, handling the C building. They never tied into the building automation system because they were more sophisticated than the existing system. This winter break, we will be upgrading the brain at Welsh Valley, one of the last ones that we're going to do for our Andover system. And that is going to allow us to tie in these air handlers. We've kind of been running them manually prior to this, once they got installed, just because we couldn't tie them in. So it was recommended the pricing from the Triam Group for build automation system upgrades to 3 existing air handler units at Welsh Valley Middle School under CoStar's contract 008 E22872 be approved in the amount of $45,050.
Thank you. I think we have one last item, correct?
Yes, and if I were to unmute myself, Mr. Herman, I'd do better, but sorry about that. A little bit of delay on my part.
Please.
All right. So
Technical
as you-
difficulties. I like
yeah,
it.
sorry. As you said, we'll continue like success in succession here. So I'll take the third one, which is over at Penwyn Elementary School, and that's on the side of the building where the kindergartners enter. It's that one wing that was constructed in early 2000s, and that entrance consists of a doorway, and then there's also a series of windows next to it. It's what we call a storefront type system. Based on the age of that system, close to 25 years, it's in need of a complete replacement. Now, it's not going to change the layout of the doors, the function of the doors. It's actually just a full replacement in kind because of the fact that the existing elements are just aged out. So it's recommended that the pricing from S.J. Thomas for the storefront at the kindergarten entrance at Penwyn Elementary School be approved under the Gordian KPN contract in the amount of $40,452.31. Thank you.
Thank you all three for all the information. We really appreciate it. Before we open up to the community, first, Abby, Shana, and Jen, do you guys have any questions with regard to these 3 items?
Thank you. Surprise, surprise. First of all, congratulations, Mr. Pitts. You will be sorely missed. I know you've worked your tail off in this district and this committee for a long time, and your hard work and expertise has not gone unnoticed. So enjoy your retirement. Don't be a stranger. Anyhow, my question. So, Mr. Lill, I have to admit, I'm not quite sure what you mean by a storefront. Is it the doors that are being replaced? Is it the HVAC management? Is it a door opener, closer? What is a storefront?
Doors and windows. It's
Doors and windows.
The doors and windows that are there today, they're coming out with all their rust and decay, and we're putting in a direct replacement along that wall. It's just purely doors and windows.
Does that have an accessible push button automatic door for disabled folks?
If it has one, that's still going to function. If it doesn't, it hasn't been there for 25 years. Nothing changes in terms of the function of the door.
Okay, so if we have one there, that can be applied to this new storefront.
Yeah, it's going to be as is. It's just going to be metal and doors that don't have rust on them.
Okay, and this is, now that I'm thinking about this is definitely not a question for this, but I'd love in future if we could just take a look at what doors in our district have accessibility options with that door button opener, and take a look and see if there's any places where we might need to add that, because I know that can be a big help for folks with mobility issues. But I believe that is my only question, and I will hand it off to the rest of the committee.
And Mr. Little, just on that topic, it's on the ground floor level, correct? So there's no stairs to get up to that level?
It's flush with that sidewalk that is right there where the parent pickup and drop off is. So it's all at grade.
Thank you. Mr. Vera?
And no questions for me. Thank you. That was a great question, Jana.
Ms. Rubin?
No, thank you very much, and thank you for your service, Mr. Pitts.
Thank you again, Mr. Pitts. I have a quick question on number one. Can you just indicate with regards to the pole vaulting, how old is that equipment currently?
I think Vic,
2006.
Great. All right, I have no other questions on that. Are we okay moving this?
Actually, can I interrupt really quickly? I have a question
Sure.
after you ask that question. What's the time frame on Lower Marion's equipment there?
Lower Marion was replaced in 2019.
Great, thank you.
When we have things like this and we can expect that ostensibly we can expect like that's got like a 20-year cycle, is there any way to make like a note in our calendar so that when we're making the budget in 20 years to say, hey, we should probably make sure there's X amount of dollars in the facilities budget set aside for a new pole vault system so that it's not like a thing we have to retroactively approve afterwards?
We'll note that we do have a cycle of different items that have to be replaced, so that'll be as part of our cycle.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Herman, we have a question by Adrian Seltzer.
Yes, Ms. Seltzer?
Wait a minute, I had to unmute. How many pole vaulters do we have at Howerton?
Well, it varies between season. Right now, we're around 2 or 3 participants right now, which is somewhat average across our league, to be honest.
Okay. And so, and how many high jumpers?
Again, that would vary as well. I would say anywhere between 5 to 10, depending on the season. Higher numbers in the spring track.
Okay.
Is this equipment that ever gets used during gym class?
I don't believe so. That would be a better question for our principals.
Okay.
Okay, because I was just wondering, $44,000 is a lot to spend on less than 20 kids. And I think there should be, looking at my tax bill, there should be some cost, some cost that, there's other kids in the school that don't get, $2,000 to $4,000 spent on them for their activities, and just to kind of make it more equitable. Do we need to have not necessarily this, but do we need to have every single sport on the planet being fulfilled at the school district level? I mean, there has to become a point where expenses are just too much. I mean, we're not number one in the state anymore in education. So maybe we should take a look, but we are pretty close to number one in tax rate. So I think we should be looking at stuff like that a little more seriously. You know, air handlers, doors, yay. But some of the extracurriculars are really, really expensive and don't really benefit a large number of kids. What do we have, 9,000 in the district now? And this is benefiting 15? It just,
So, Ms. Elser, we
maybe
appreciate
we
the
should
sentiment
consider that.
about, I'm sorry, I thought you were done. We
Okay.
appreciate the sentiment about looking at all facets of the budget. Please know that we do talk about those things. And as you noted, maybe not necessarily for this particular purchase, but we do talk about the return on investment, how many kids are affected, the competitions that we hold. So please know that we do those things. We're very very conscious. I haven't been here a year yet, but in my time, we've been very conscious about how we're spending money. So we appreciate your input.
Okay, and I thank you for your response. And I'm glad to hear that.
And just a reminder, remind me again, the polls were, how long have we had them for?
20 years.
So 20 times, so it's not really 20 students that are affected, it's 20 times 20, essentially, because you have 20 students per year that are doing it. So, but, it's bigger than impacting just 20 students, but as Dr. Ranelli had indicated, I think the district is constantly reevaluating both educationally as well as sports and extracurricular activities to make sure that we're offering what we should be offering based on their viewpoints.
Okay, thank you.
I don't think there's any other comments. Are we okay moving this forward?
Yes.
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 Great, thank you. Next on our list is the district contracts with Ms. Frazier, please.
Good morning. Kimberly Frazier, Director of Student Services and Special Education. I only have one for consideration today. This is a renewal contract, Everyway Read and Write. This is assistive technology that's required for students with disabilities. This is actually, again, it's a renewal, but we've had two companies merged together, companies that we've used previously separately, so it's a merge together. This supports assistive technology needs for students in all of our grade bands K to 12 plus. Really does a lot to allow them to be able to access curriculum and to be able to access their education. Provides things like text to speech, there's word prediction, provides pictures connected to text if that's needed for a student, can build vocabulary lists for students based on their levels. So there is a lot that's provided, again, that can support students with disabilities in K to 12 plus.
Can I ask a quick question to jump in?
Sure, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Frazier. I was looking up, as you said, this is renewal. It looked like, I can't pull it up right now because my connection is not happy, but it looked like the past contract was for, I think, K through 2 or something where it wasn't K through 12. Did I
This has always
misremembering?
been, this is a long-standing resource. Again, the companies have merged, so whatever you're looking at might be might look differently because again, they're two companies that have come together. But we have long used the base company, which was Don Johnson. We have long used them as long as I've been in the district. It was in place before I came into the district. Again, for like those assistive techniques, assistive technology, like access features that are required for students.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Ms. Frazier, I had a quick question. Does this capture like unlimited license, or is there like a cap for K through 12 users?
Yeah, it's unlimited for the district.
Perfect. So, and it doesn't, sorry.
No,
And
I
it
was also
includes
going to say, like, so also when I say students with disabilities, that could be a student with a 504 as well.
Wonderful. That's what I wanted to know because it seems, thank you.
Yes.
So this is for something like if a kiddo had an AAC device that it would interface with that, or is that something different?
No, that's something different because AAC is more like your communication tools. This is
Okay.
really about access to curriculum. So it's actually a really higher number of students that would use this resource because it's about accessing the curriculum.
So this would be something that would be used by all classroom teachers, or this would be something that would be primarily accessed via a special ed teacher?
So it's within students' IEPs if it's
Right.
required, and then it's through the special education teacher, but students have access to it all the time if it's required. So it does translate to their general education setting to be able to access that curriculum
So it would be on their whatever their district
on
device
their
is.
device. That's exactly.
Okay. And about how many students are we looking at tend to use this or
Yeah,
have access to it?
I don't have that exact number. I can share that it's a large percentage of the students that are eligible because it does just provide so many different access points. It is, we have like 1860 students in special education. We have just shy of 900 students with 504s. Just to give you a sense of like the number of students who require accommodation.
Yeah, I was just trying to mental math it. And so like, yes, that's less than $100 a student to have access to this. So that seems fantastic. Thank you.
It's an incredible resource.
I can tell from your passion that this is the one where you're like, you will approve this for me. I was only asking the extra questions because I know in December we don't have a CCOB, and normally this kind of thing we would get to have this discussion in CCOB, and so we didn't get to see it before. So I have my CCOB questions in facilities. I appreciate you humoring me, and I am good to move this forward.
Thank you.
Abby, Jen, any questions? Any additional questions?
Not for me.
I don't have any questions. I appreciate all the information. Is there any comments or questions from the community?
Thank you.
Great. Are we
I don't see
comfortable
any,
moving this
thanks.
forward?
Thank you.
Are we okay moving this forward?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. The next thing on our agenda is the TransFinder Corporation software renewal.
Good morning, Aldous Wilson. I'm Supervisor of Transportation, and welcome to the new committee members. The TransFinder's software, under the TransFinder, there is a suite of software titles that we use. They are umbrellas, TransFinder, but then they have different, they have Route Finder, which is our routing system, Viewfinder, Stop Finder, all kind of finders. And this is our main software. It integrates with our GPS. We basically, everyone who works here lives in it every day. And it's critical software for us. It's a renewal. We've been using it for 3 years now, and we're renewing for another 3 years. Annual cost is $38,152 for first 2 years. Then it goes up to $40,059 a year. Total for 3 years would be $116,363.
Thank you. Sheena, Jen, Abby, any questions?
Just to clarify for the community, this is like the key software and equipment that our bus drivers, our transportation department needs to get through their routes and everything like that, correct?
Yes, this is the software that we use. The main purpose of it is to route the routes, to route the route stops. It also handles student information because we have very customized system where we need to, certain special needs need to be accommodated. So this all kept visited and available to, if we get a call from a parent, we look at it. We get a call from school, we look at it. Yeah, we couldn't function without this. We wouldn't be able to function without it.
And about how many buses will this like cover? About how many buses right now?
We have 135 buses, but that includes also spare buses. We are about 102 bus runs right now.
Okay.
But this software also works with has our contracted runs in it. So that's additional 70 runs on average. So it's those are smaller contractors that go out of district. We route them too because we want to make sure we give the contractor route the way we want it, that we get a most efficient pricing, because sometimes contractors may want to go longer way or do things. And we also see if we can combine students even on a small vehicle. There could be one vehicle that can take one student to one school and then drop another student at the other school based on bell time. So this all information is there. It helps us to manage it and monitor it.
Thank you.
And it also includes this, doesn't it also include the software that comes to the parents, right? As to
Correct.
bus runs, if there's changes in buses, correct?
That is 100% correct. That's a stop finder geo alert. It's actually not just lets know changes. It also allows a parent to monitor the bus. They can draw the geo zone around their house and actually around the school, and then it can see when their child's bus is. They get alert when the bus enters the geo zone. So that's been very helpful to parents and to know, and helpful from feedback we have received.
Thank you. Are there any comments from the community or questions from the community?
I do not see any.
Are we comfortable
I have a
moving
quick
this forward?
question.
Oh, sorry.
A quick question, sorry. Thank you, Mr. Bliss. I have a question about the communication. As my kids are walkers, so I haven't experienced the magic of LMSD buses, but which I know it is magical. The communication, does that include phone calls, or is it all text, email?
It's text and email alerts. We trying to use those mostly. If it's something more significant, then we would use our school messenger application to contact parents, because this is mostly your bus is running late, your run may be changing in tomorrow, your bus stop will be 5 minutes earlier or 5 minutes later because we added a student to the run. Those kind of communications that are bus specific and parent specific. And sometimes it could be bus number 5, but it transports elementary, middle school, and high school. So we only need to sometimes communicate just with elementary or just with the high school parents on that bus.
Thank you.
And usually that shows up as a push notification
Yes.
as someone that receives it. So we're constantly getting information as to the run is changed, it's a different bus, it's a different time, that type of information.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It allows us to let you know if bus 59 is in for oil change and bus 633 is doing the run. It's helpful for a parent or for a kid, because we do put a bus number in the window, but it's not as visible as the numbers all over bus. So sometimes students may get confused, especially if multiple buses serve the same stop.
I just wanted to quickly acknowledge that I appreciate that you were able to negotiate a zero cost increase for year 2 on this essential contract.
Thank you.
Are we comfortable moving this forward?
Yes.
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 Great. Thank you. Moving on to our next item, the Exploration Staffing Services Agreement.
And that's me again. This is we have a position called Transportation Dispatch Coordinator. This position became vacant recently, and we are searching. We have posted and searching for new candidate for this job. It's a very critical position for the department because, as you know, we operate. I mean, our drivers are on the road. Our first run goes out 5:45 a.m. Our dispatcher is here 4:30 a.m. and I can't ask the person to work until 6:30 p.m. and our late runs come back. So we have this other dispatch coordinator that comes in and does afternoons. This coordinator also coordinates all the sports trips, making arrangements for sports trip, making changes when we get a rain day. Every 20 trips that we were scheduled for the day have to be rescheduled. And so this is a critical position. Until we fill the position, we would like to contract with Diva Nafra. Div served in district for 30 years in this position, so she knows all the contractors we use, all the athletic directors, and most of the drivers. So we would like her to come in, help us out, and also when we have a new person, to train a new person, because it's so specific that there is nobody that's going to come in and understand our system. It's a very unique type of position. And the contract is not to exceed 200 hours. We may not need all of those hours. It all depends how our interview process goes and when the new person can start. Open to questions.
Thank you.
So it's not to exceed 200 hours a month?
No. It's not to exceed
That's not clear.
200 hours total for a duration of contract. We counting her coming in about 15 hours a week on average. But
Okay,
there could be
that's
week
clear.
where there is more or week when less. Once we get in February, we're going to start scheduling spring sports, which is the craziest thing that we do is all the spring sports. So she may have more hours at that time just because of the volume of the work.
Okay, yeah, because that wasn't clear. Up to 200 hours, didn't say if it was monthly or anything. And then, but we're anticipating about 15 hours a week or a month again. I'm sorry. I was trying to do
15
math
hours a week on average.
on a
And
week
we
on
hope to,
average.
yeah, and we hope that we can have somebody in March in that position and we could stop working at that time.
Okay,
That would be the
thank you.
latest. We may be able to get somebody earlier.
Okay, thank you.
Gina, Abby?
Do you have folks that are interviewing for this at the current time?
We have applications. Position is closing next week. 16th is the last day when position closing. We do have a number of applications. I haven't looked through all of them.
Okay. Well, now would be a good time for me to shill for hiring in your department.
Yes, and actually, can you ask for bus aids for us? Because we are very
Absolutely.
short on the bus aids now, more critical almost than drivers at this point.
So Jen and Abby, you will come to learn that this has kind of been my shtick, that I every month put in a little plug for hiring bus drivers in Mr. Vilson's department. I let everybody know that Lower Merion School District is a really great place to work, and it's a really impactful job that you can have. We've raised the pay for our bus drivers, and we will sponsor you to get a CDL with an S certification. If you already have one of those, you know you want this job. We also have a $4,000 signing bonus, and we have really fantastic benefits in this district. I want to congratulate Ms. Benafra on 30 years of service. That's incredible, and appreciate that your willingness to stay on. I would definitely support her staying on, and it's really lucky that we have somebody with that wealth of knowledge being willing to train her person following in her footsteps. That said, if that sounds interesting to you, that job, if you like puzzles, it sounds like this would be a really great job for you. So you have a week to please apply. lmsd.org/jobs /bus.
Bus.
lmsd.org/bus. But I think Ms.
Yeah,
Buckman's
and
going to
it
tell
has
me
both.
lmsd.org/jobs would probably also work. I'm not
I
sure.
think Amy
But go
said
to
it
the
should be working. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. And also, apparently we need bus aids. This is really fantastic. This is the folks that go and help and are riding in our buses along with our bus drivers to assist our students that need that generally as part of their IEP consideration or their 504. So you can also go ahead and apply for those jobs, and we would really appreciate it. And it would be a really fantastic way to have meaningful interaction and service with your community while also having a fun job. So that is that. I am done with our advertisement. Anybody else?
Thank you, Shana. Abby, any questions?
No, just thank you, Ms. Vanoffer, for being willing to stay on and train your successor, person behind you. Thank you.
I think I don't have any additional questions. I appreciate all the information. Tanya, I think, has a question.
Yes, hi. Hi, Eldest.
Hi.
Eldest is one of my favorites. And when
Can you
he
please say your
first,
name and where you reside within the district?
sorry, my name's Tanya Schreiber. I live in Penwyn, and I'm kind of a bus route junkie. And I have to admit that when I saw this on the agenda and I saw the word consultant. First of all, I have to say, I am so thrilled to hear Dee is coming back, and I'm sure most parents will feel the same way. She's amazing. But I had kind of hoped that this the attachment wasn't there yesterday, and so I didn't see Dee's name until this morning. What I had been hoping was um, that Mr. Vilkins was going to get an updated bus route and school timing analysis report. The last one that was done in March 2017. And so that was the last time that we had an kind of an operations expert come in and review all of the bus timings and figuring out what adjustments could be made to optimize things and reduce the amount of time that children are waiting for buses in the dark. It was a really incredibly useful tool. People were using it even as they discussed healthy start times. We were going back and looking at the 2017 report. In light of all of the changes that have happened and full day kindergarten, it does seem like it might be worth an update. Um, Also with the new request for possible merging of football for high school, the fact that there is a lot more teams now being kind of shipped around after school, it does seem like it would be worthwhile to revisit this. I do apologize. I was trying to look through board docs to find out how much we spent. I'm not sure how useful it would be nowadays, but at least have a baseline for what we spent to get this report in 2017. My memory just remembers saying not much, but I can't remember if not much was like $30,000 or if I'm way off base because it was a long time ago. But anyway, long-winded way to say data's great and the 2017 report is still useful, but a new report would be even better. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. We appreciate it. Are there any other comments from the community?
No, I don't have any other.
And as a response to that, Aldous, is there an indication as to whether or not we will be seeking an update on that report? Is that something that we're considering or we're looking into in the future, or are we still just relying on that information?
I would defer that to Dr. Anelli. That's not my decision.
Yeah, so information to me about a report in 2017. Obviously, I haven't been here more than 7-8 months, but we'll look into it. I appreciate the comment.
Great, thank you, Dr. Anelli. We appreciate it.
I just checked. It was $14,450.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Are we comfortable moving this forward?
Yes.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
And then the last item is the Presidio Cisco Smart Removal. Mr. Catalano?
Thank you. I'm filling in for Mr. Carlotta. I'm Andrew Zirkle, Supervisor of Technology Operations. And this item is a collection of 4 quotes, which is our annual SmartNet renewal for Cisco networking and phone equipment. The total amount is $251,423.24. This provides technical support, hardware warranty, and software updates for our Cisco equipment across the districts, which includes switching phones, access points, and network protection.
Great, thank you. And these are all renewals?
Yes.
Sheena, any questions? Hey, Jen, any questions?
No, thank
have
you. And go ahead, Abby.
Sorry to interrupt you. I have a quick one. When I looked at the third, it's quote 4, which is the third in a row. There is line item 14, AFlex file STG-ENT. It says it's for 32,760 users. And I was just curious, since all the other numbers were closer to 3,000 or so or under, I'm just curious if that was a typo or if that's for all parent, guardian, users or why that number is so big?
Yes, we did check into that because that question was raised, and this is part of a package. So we have a package that we buy for, this is for the phone system, based on the number of users that we have. And that line item is specifically related to voicemails. So that's our voicemail storage. And as part of the package, you need that much voicemail storage for the number of voicemails that we have, including like deleted voicemails, still take up licenses. So in the Cisco package, like all these items are licensed, and you need that many licenses for the voicemail systems. That's what that line is for.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Jen, I think you said that you had a question or two.
Abby answered it, asked it for me. Thank you.
Perfect.
That was a good catch, and I really appreciate Mr. Zirkle you having that answer off the top of your head. That was great.
Thank you.
I have no additional questions as well. Are we comfortable moving this forward?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, we didn't ask for audience.
Oh, sorry.
There are no, there's no, I was just gonna say, we don't have any audience.
Sorry. Thank you for keeping us in line. I appreciate that. So no comments. Are we comfortable moving this forward?
Yes.
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 Perfect. So that's it on the agenda. Are there any comments or questions from the community unrelated to the agenda? Ms. LaPera, do we have?
No hands raised or.
I'm so sorry, no hands raised. I was fixing
Perfect.
the.
And then do we have our next scheduled, so that's the end of this meeting for the agenda. Do we have our next scheduled date for Facilities and Purchasing Committee meeting in January?
The dates will be on Monday's regular business board agenda meeting for board's approval.
Perfect. So we appreciate everyone tuning in today and attending this Facilities and Purchasing meeting. We really appreciate the community feedback. And we look forward to seeing you at our next board meeting, our next committee meeting, which will be in January, the date to be determined and indicated at our board meeting on Monday. So we hope everyone has a great day and thank you again for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy New Year, everybody.
You too.
Early.